Hey there everyone, welcome to Express with TypeScript and using Cognito as a backend authentication service part 3. So let's jump in right where we left off. So now we need routes to help sign up and sign in users, right? So now let's create those things. So we'll need another controller and it will be the Auth Controller. And over here, let's just take this as bootstrap code because I don't want to waste too much time. Auth Controller, right? We got your Auth Controller over here. Let's bootstrap that. So we're exporting it, and this will obviously have the starting path of auth. And yeah, so all of the authorization requests around sign up, sign in will all be done through a post request. That way we can send information through the body, and it's just best practices. If we're passing anything through the body, you want to use post, especially for authentication reasons. So we're going to do post / sign up, and this will be a sign up function over here, sign up. And let's do a few more. So we do sign up, sign in, and verify. So we do sign up, sign in, and then verify. So sign in is going to be pretty much your login. You're going to pass your username and password, and you're going to get back access credentials. Verify is the step after sign up. So it's like, hey, this is me. I'm a new user. I want to sign up to your application. So it's like, okay, I'll trust you, but give me like a reference so I can send you the codes, this code, so I know that you own this email. So it's going to send you a code through an email, and then you're going to pass that through the verify route over here. So we're going to make a verify route over here, and a sign in over here. So let's make these pretty quick. Sign in. I'll change the capitalizing soon. Actually, let's copy and paste. Cool. I'm not sure how people feel about copy pasting, but it does save a lot of time and spelling. I mean, if you do your due diligence, like you can, don't forget any spelling stuff, like you can get a lot done. Sorry, just want to make sure. This is just my spelling checking acting up. So we're going to do the verify route to, and all of these right now just return a success. So what we want to do is utilize the validation that we got in. So remember express validator that we got in from the last video? Over here, we're going to use that to check the body to make sure it's actually what we expect. And if so, then we will process this request. So we'll have another function here called validate body, right? And it's going to say, okay, so validate body of type string, and over here we're going to have a switch case statement of the type. Why does it keep doing that? Type. And then the value for the first one will pretty much be sign up. We do not need breaks because all of these are unique, and we don't need a default case. So we make another case for sign in, and we need another case for verify. Now to use this, obviously we got to import the package at the very top. So over here we're going to do import, what was it? Yeah, import body and validation result from express validator. Cool. So now we got all that in. So now over here we can start utilizing that. I don't need curly brackets, any square brackets. Man, this Razer laptop is really like, some people like Razer laptops, but I feel like the symbols are the other way. But anyways, back to what I was doing. So now we just want to verify a couple of things. So we're going to be needing to check if there is a user field, a username field. We're going to use that to uniquely identify the user. So we're going to do is not empty and a minimum length of 6 characters. Cool. You see how easy that is? You know how hard it would be to do that manually? God, I can't even fathom right now because I used to do it. Yeah, email, and you know regex when it comes to email, but oh man, look no further. You can do just a lot of amazing things. So let's do empty obviously that's how you spell it, and then we normalize the email, right? And then finally we check the email. We let this package handle all that regex stuff. So password, we're not gonna get into anything too serious with the password. We're just gonna check if it's a string and if it has a minimum length of 8. Cool. What else do we need? Let's also keep the birth date of this user, and we're just gonna see if it exists and is ISO 8601. You can look up all the different ISO types. I prefer this because I like this format, and you'll see this format soon. Let's go and collect 2 more things, which is the name, and we're gonna check is not empty and is string. We're gonna do the same at the bottom with the family name, right? And we're gonna do not empty and is string. Cool. Yeah, so this is how validation happens. It's super easy, super intuitive to use, in my opinion, instead of you building out your own regex checking, length checking, and all that stuff. So sign in is pretty straightforward. All you need to pass in to sign in is a username and password. So we're going to have that over here. And for verify, we will need to pass in the username and a code. And now the code, even though it sounds like a number, it actually has to be a string, and it only can be a length of 6. So we will do a min and a max of 6 just to lock that in there. And there we got that authentication service. So now let's hook that up to our application. So we go controllers.auth.controller. Cool. And it's an Auth Controller, and then we initialize this over here by doing new Auth Controller. Make sure this is commaed up over here. Let's do an npm run dev, start up the node mon. There's probably going to be syntax errors, but that's fine. That's exactly how it goes. Oh, not empty, I gotta make it a function. Duh. And there's a few other stuff that lets exist is plural. What else? Sign in. Oh yeah, so the SignIn, if you want to sing. Save that puppy. There we go. Started on 3000. Now a lot of this validation, it just doesn't happen magically, so we do need to pass a few more things into the function here. So we got to pass a middleware, and the middleware is pretty much the validate body function that we made. And for this, obviously, we will use the sign up case. At the bottom here, we'll use validation body sign in, and then over here we're going to use the validate body verify, and this will help us check what is going on, whether we are getting the right things. So let's see, const result equals to validate result, which is what we imported. We're going to pass in that request, so that request is going to be processed by it to make sure that it's the right thing. And if result dot is empty, like it has no errors to it, if it is not empty, then we're gonna return a response status with status code of 422, which is just specifically for like the body's not what we expected. It's pretty much a way of saying that. We're gonna pass in errors of result dot array of everything that's wrong with this. So let's save that. So this is the annoying part, is that we will have to oh, silly me, I didn't return over here. I need to return the specific rules that are for that case. So we've saved that. Should be cool. Yeah, so now it's at port 3000, and just gotta repeat this here and there so it properly, instead of success here, we'll just do console.log sign up body is valid. Cool. And gonna go here and we're gonna do sign in body is valid, and then lastly verify body is valid. So what you should use, and what a lot of people use, is Postman to test against their APIs. So I'm going to be using Postman. You can use anything that you like or feel comfortable with. I personally feel comfortable with using Postman. So let's do localhost 3000 and just make sure that we're getting our success. That is the successful response for the GET request. So let's do that for the Auth Sign In, right? And we want to, and it's a post request. So if we send this, boom, look at that. Your username's invalid. Your goddamn, almost everything's invalid. Like what are you doing here, right? So let's go to add some body to this. Let's add some thickness to it. So we go username. Let's do John Doe. So we got, this is a sign in, right? So password is password $123 $. What else do we got? We have name, and in name we will have John, and then family name is Doe, my man John Doe over here. So yeah, so we got username. So the two things that we missed is email and birth date. Let's go back here and let's send this. So we got an invalid username, valid sign in. So let's just add the email and birth date over here. So email, we'll be using an actual email soon, but for these purposes we just do John Doe. It's not getting saved anywhere, so we have nothing to worry about. And then birth date, let's make this guy birth date. This guy, he's born in, he seems like a 1980s kind of dude. Born, let's say October 31st. That's the 29th. I know someone that's born on 31st. I don't wanna ruin that. Cool. So send this in. There seems, let's verify what's going on in. Okay, yeah, so I'm sorry guys, so what the problem was is that this was down here, the middlewares was down here, and so the routes was getting initialized, and then the middlewares was getting initialized, and in this case the order matters. So you want to have your middlewares initialized first, and all the routes will get initialized under those middlewares. So now it's properly utilizing the JSON the body parser for JSON, so we can actually get that data. So now we got that all cleared up. Let's save all this. And yeah, so we see the sign up body is valid. Let's return a response of 200 at the end. Response status 200, so breaks properly. So at the very end, yep, cool. So that gets compiled, and then you could see here that the sign up body is valid over here. So let's do one more thing. Let's end it. Dot end. Cool. Do that over here. So now when we send this request, we get a status code of 200. And now if we remove any one of these, or even comment that, add them out, your boy is gonna come there. It's gonna be like, hey, something is wrong. Okay, so it doesn't take comments first of all. So let's turn that back, and then let's send this, and it's gonna be like, hey, family name doesn't exist, which is really cool. All right, cool. Without further ado, let's jump into Cognito and let's set this up before time runs out. So now, if you guys don't have an AWS account, please, I highly recommend you create an AWS account. They give out the first year, there's a lot of services for free for the first year, so you don't lose anything. So take advantage of it, like make it, and then use as many services as possible under the free tier. So yeah, so let's go over here to search bar and find the Cognito service over here. So we're going to do manage user pools. Let's full screen this, zoom in a little bit. I totally forgot what that's for, but we're going to create a new user pool now for the Express TypeScript. Let's just do TS, Express TS, and that is the new pool name we're going to do. So we're going to step through all the settings. So we're going to allow users to sign in through username, but also the verified email. We're going to leave this as the default, and at the bottom here we said we will accept family name, birth date, and name over here. So that's cool. So let's go next. This is all standard, yeah, 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, special character, and about 8 digits in length. And if you remember, I put that validation in our backend, so we have nothing to worry about over there. So go next. This is multi-factor authentication. Let's turn this off for now. Let's just do some simple authentication. And this will just create a role to send SMSs, which is also pretty cool. Like SMS, I would really recommend SMS if you're doing app building, because I mean the user has a phone, so they have to have a number for 99% of the time. So now we're going to use the Cognito default for sending emails. We can leave this all as default. Go next. We don't need any tags right now. Let's not remember the users. And over here, let's create a new app client for us. So I'll just put the same thing, Express TS over here, and we're going to generate a client secret over here. We're not doing any Lambda stuff. We will need username and password, allow user password auth over here. And we will keep this to enabled as recommended, and then the refresh token. And then let's leave this as check generate client secret. This is mainly for the backend reasons. If you were doing a purely front-end application, because front-end applications can connect to Cognito too, and you could just uncheck that. I can do another video using the front end using that. Okay, so the app ID and secret will be available after you save. So next step, we're not doing any triggers. Next step, and we create the user pool. Yay, we got the user pool. We got everything set up in terms of Cognito. We have no more setting up to do. That's the great part. So now we can just leave this to a side and we can get back into coding with Express. But let's keep that for the next video, because this video is already dragged on for way too long. The next video will be the last video where we'll be plowing through the sign in, sign up, and verify a portion of things using Cognito. So really, thank you for staying tuned in and watching this. I hope you learned something. Please stick around for the next video if you really want to learn how to sign up, sign in, and don't forget to smash that like button. It'll really help out a lot. But thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.